Honey and cherry sugar on me. I see you in my dreams. You're so sweet, just like in reality. When you connect and understand me, but you don't see me. Still, I wanna say sugar.
Yo, what's going on? We're back for another beautiful episode with the one and only Mrs. Eyez. So, Eyez, you gotta tell me about your name. First of all, how you feeling this morning? I know we having an early morning. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada. How are you feeling so far?
Man, I'm trying to get chipper, man. You know, once you put on an Aaliyah song, things start looking a little different. You get some good harmonies going.
I feel you. Okay.
Yeah, you get a little bit more chipper.
Okay. You want to sing us a little note or something? You know, I know it's early in the morning, but you know you want to warm us up a little bit.
But in reality, you don't see me. All right, well, that was just a note.
You know what?
A note.
That's all I asked for was a note, so that was perfect. Yo, we are here. You know, if we're live right now on TikTok, so if you're watching this, please give us some likes. You know, follow Mrs. Eyez at It's Eyez. And wow, you know, we're gonna get right into it. So tell us a little about yourself. You know, where you come from, about your music, what you got out right now. Go ahead, talk to us.
So my name is Eyez. I'm a singer, pianist, and actress. I'm a songwriter too, but it's just since we have a little time to get in depth. When I say singer, pianist, I assume that the person I'm talking to understands that includes writing my own music. But apparently everyone does not know that.
Yeah,
so
I would not have thought that either.
Yeah.
I would have thought you just play the piano and then you do the vocals.
Yeah, well,
when you
it all comes from me.
Okay.
I remember when I was a little girl with my auntie. Near my piano, and we were watching an interview with Elton John about how he writes his own songs on the piano. He sings it and all of that. So I assumed that all pop stars in the whole wide world did it like that. I didn't know that somebody else's they're singing somebody else's lyrics, somebody else's chords, somebody else's bass lines, or it's sample. I thought it just all came from the artist's heart.
Wow, you know what though? And the fact that it doesn't, you know, it shows that, well, for one, an artist that could do all that on their own, that's so creative and so amazing, you know, but the fact that there's so many people that's actually touching all these instruments and these songs and these vocals and everything like that, it's like, damn, what did you do?
Yeah.
As an artist, you know, so that's so important, you know, because like and then when you speak about stuff like that, it comes back to and I know I'm gonna hop right into it. It comes down to Drake and everybody like that. When they tell him like, oh well, you don't write your songs, like you got a ghostwriter, it becomes a big issue. But when you think about it, there's so many artists that has ghostwriters. So many of the greatest, even like a lot of these singers came to find out, oh, maybe Alicia Keys did this on somebody else's song, somebody did this on there, you know. So when it comes down to that, do you prefer to just do everything on your own, or?
Yes, but I like help. So normally, like when I'm in the studio, I prefer to have a very good audio engineer who has skills in music production. Because sometimes I need a personal opinion, and audio engineers don't feel comfortable with that. As long as they understand, I might not take their opinion. You know what I'm saying?
So how difficult is that? Like working with people and you want to do things your way, but they're like, okay, well that's what I'm here for. You need to listen to what
it depends on the age of the person.
Age?
Yeah. If they feel like if they're at that age where they don't want to listen to nobody, then it's hard. But if they're like fairly new but skilled, and humble, then yes. But there are older artists and professionals who are still humbled. I mean, my auntie has like so many degrees and is overqualified for everything. You know, she has a lifetime teaching credential. So does my mom. But you know, my mom always says, you know, when they graduated from college, they said, this is the beginning. You don't know anything.
Wow.
So they stayed humble.
Yeah. Did they ever explain that part to you? Because when you graduate from college, this is the beginning. You don't know anything. So when you you know, you go get your degree, you have all these masters, you learn everything in college, and you come out and say this is just the beginning, you don't know anything. How does that work out? Like, have they explained that part to you?
You know, just by watching them, I can understand. And also too, sometimes I come out like I might be doing something very new or strange to them, and it's like interesting, and it's so funny. They may not get it right away, but they say, "Oh, I could do that," and they do it 10 times better.
Okay. So and then and then knowing how like the music is always changing and everything like that, you hear a different sound, different beat, different artists, you know, different type of style all the time. How do you adapt to that? Like being the artist that you are.
Sometimes it's difficult because you have your own vision. But like with this song Sugar, I was open for change.
Okay.
You know, I wanted to make something a little newer, fresher.
Okay.
You know, and I found something that I wanted to do. I have to remember, you know, there are so many subgenres, which I'm not a big fan of, but I understand, you know, but there's so many subgenres. Like, some people refer to my song Sugar as like chill or lo-fi.
Okay. Gotcha.
You know, for me, it's a pop song that includes chill elements, vibe elements, and you know,
and you can hear that. I was listening to it. To me personally, it felt like a real chill, like nice, really, you know, chill song. Pop wise, you could definitely see and hear the pop in it, is especially in your video, you know, when you watch it. So that's what definitely give it the pop. If you were to put it on a chart, where would you want it to be? Pop, R&B. What genre would you want that to be categorizing?
Pop, because I'm a pop artist, but I want to say, like, just because I'm a pop artist doesn't mean I don't acknowledge R&B.
Oh, okay.
It's just, you know, sometimes it's offensive when people keep calling you R&B when you're not an R&B artist, or they call you hip hop or another popular. And once again, I understand being called a hip hop artist too. It's because it's so popular now.
Right.
Yeah.
And do you feel like it's because they listen to your song, they hear the vibes, and they like, oh, you're an R&B singer.
To them, yeah.
So what you think? What do you think you could do a little different, or would you want to do anything different to like stand out in that pop era? You know.
Ooh, you know, I actually kind of like the lane I'm in.
Yeah.
Because there are some good pop artists out there that hit every beat. What's her name? It's okay. You can have them. Tate. What's her name? No, it's not Tate. She's like, everybody's calling her the next Britney Spears. It's okay.
Next Britney Spears.
You can have them.
Huh.
Like, oh my God, how am I forgetting her songs?
Interesting.
But like, if I really like her style of pop,
Okay.
I like it. I like she has 2 songs that I just love, and I never remember when I'm live on air, but I like her stuff. There are so many pop artists out there. There's a girl group out, but to be honest with you though, if I was doing that, then I sound like them.
Yeah. So, and the thing is too, let's just say you do sit in front of a executive, you know, and they're getting ready to sign you, and they tell you like, okay, well, it sounds R&B. Would you switch your genre to sound more like this and that, because we do want to put you in a pop category? Would you do something like that, or would you let them know like, well, you know what, I like the way I sound, because to me this is pop, this is my pop.
I would explain that I'm doing something different, and you probably can't see it right now because of my budget and what I'm able to do. We're on my budget. But I plan on, if I were to be sitting in front of an executive and do like a major deal, I would definitely try to explain that you know, I'm trying to do something different. You might not be able to see it right now, but given some time, you will see how I'll be so different.
Okay, and then how do you feel about changes? Like, if they do want you to like become a different type of artist, well, are you willing to do that? Or
I don't think there's anything wrong with me.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anything wrong with me.
No, definitely. But you know how it goes. Like, people get in the industry. For example, Glow. You know who Glow is, right? Glow. She got in there. She was like, oh, I would never do this, never do that. I would never change my body, change my style, everything like that. Then a couple months later, you see her getting the surgeries. You see her doing the things that she said.
Well, I'm not open to any surgeries.
That come with some type of pressure, or like, do you think?
You know what I've learned from my own experience is sometimes, including myself, sometimes the only pressure you have is the pressure you putting on yourself. Like sometimes nobody told you to do that. You overthought it. And you wanted to win so bad because sometimes as artists we are very competitive and we just want to win. And sometimes you lose sight of who you are and yes, you push yourself a little too far. And I really think some of that comes from that. Do some artists get pressured into having plastic surgery? Yes, I'm sure. I don't know any. Yeah. I've heard exaggerated stories about drug use. All I can say on my end is I'm very blessed because I never had any of that pressure, and the time that I did, that person really wasn't professional like I thought they were. They were just saying that to make themselves sound more professional.
Okay. Gotta watch out for people like that in the industry.
Yeah.
And then, like you mentioned earlier, like when it comes to the competition, do you feel like there's a lot out there when it comes to your genre of music and like, you know,
yes
trying to
and
get
no.
in there?
Yes and no.
Go ahead, explain.
So in the Bay Area for a long time, I was like I wasn't the only pop artist, but it seemed as if because everyone was like, well, you're the only pop artist we had over here. It's just hip hop. So in the Bay Area, it's mostly different types of hip hop, a little bit of funk and jazz. Okay. You know, they're very particular with that, but also metal. So metal artists. So in Oakland, those are the three genres that are getting booked. And when you do jazz, it's very... Once you do the jazz thing, it gets very specific. It's very specific, the type of jazz. Because I've studied jazz, but it's like, okay, I'm a jazz musician, but, we're doing bebop, or we're doing this, or some new fusion type of jazz. Okay, so we all just mixing it up here. Okay.
So what about the rap out there? Is there any rap like that out there?
Yeah. Yeah, but there's just so many. There's so many. Okay. You know, I like it. I like it. But you know, like, you know, I'm not as social anymore with a lot of the rappers because you know the truth is life happens. You know, so some of these artists that I probably knew, they were getting hot or whatever. You know, sometimes you have a baby. Sometimes you get a job that you can't say no to because you already know it's a smarter decision to just take the job than keep rapping. You know, there's so many things. You know, I hope most of them are okay.
You would hope. Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Right. Okay,
and there's a lot of comedians too. But that's also
the Bay Area.
Yeah, and also too, like I just want to say this. Hopefully you think it's funny. But that's another reason I'm not as sociable anymore. Like the comedy scene just got to be way too much in the Bay Area, and it's like I can only sit and pretend to laugh for so many weeks.
Right. Okay.
I can't even sit through a comedy show anymore.
They must not be funny.
They're not.
Okay, got you. What do you think will make somebody like do comedy? Like, I mean, of course, like they look at themselves like they're funny. What do you think it takes though to be a comedian?
You gotta study. That was the thing. I had a boyfriend who was a comedian from that crowd. He didn't want to study. He was always making fun of me for watching Lucille Ball. But guess what? Lucille Ball is not only a professional comedian, she's an icon. And we're still laughing at her jokes
to this day. And like you said, he didn't want to study that.
Nah.
And see, a lot of people get it twisted. Rap, hip hop, music, comedy, video, everything you do, you have to study it.
Yeah, you have to perform.
You have to get it, you know, like down packed. You have to be professional about the things you do. You have to put in the work. You have to make sure that you're doing things correctly, and that's everything you do. There's so many people that want to be comedians, want to be music artists, want to be everything you could think about, and there's so many competition out there, so many millions of people that's doing it, but the right people is doing it correctly, and that's what a lot of people don't get. So that's so important that you said, like, it's just basically dried out, they're not funny, and that's because they're not studying.
And then another thing, like, in their craft. So for some reason a lot of comedians want to be something other than a comedian. And there was this one girl, like, it's like she said, I I don't, dang, in order to make the story is funnier than an actual comedian, but I can't do it because everybody will know who I'm talking about. So there was this one girl, like, no, I'll just say it because I can't tell what she was like over 300 pounds, and it was supposed to be funny that she can dance. So she went up there and started belly dancing, but it wasn't funny. It was a nice belly dance routine.
Wait, so she was trying to make it funny?
That's the thing. I don't think
she was.
I think she wanted to show people that she could really dance. No, we were laughing because we thought she was gonna be funny, but the whole 8-minute routine of the shimmy, and it's like you're really belly dancing though, so it's kind of not funny because you're not being funny. You're really studied belly dancing.
That's funny.
It's funny when you talk about it, but sitting through it, it's like, get off the stage. Bring up that other guy.
That is funny. Now that is funny. That is hilarious.
Yeah, she should have studied the jokes.
Yeah. That is funny. Speaking about being on stage, how has that experience been for you?
So I have 2 injuries. So one is up here, and then I start putting on weight after a couple years on my arms. It's embarrassing, just because I'm a lady. But during 2020, they stopped treating all of my injuries because they didn't know about the virus and all of this stuff. And so like I'm just now resuming treatment for like this part of my injury, which is the top half of my body. So yeah, like that affected some of my performance. And then also too, you gotta remember, we do a lot of favors in this business. So sometimes we do a lot of shows that really aren't up to our standard, but then people see the footage and it's like, I can't really perform with this cord. Like I don't perform like that, but like there's no stage. I'm performing I'm performing on top of the grass in some high heels.
Got it. And do you take shows like that because like you just like want to get back out there, or like is it just
at first it was like more of just being polite, but over time I actually really appreciate the people who put me on. I'm not gonna say their name right now, but I do all the time on social media, but it's just that I really appreciate it. So even though I wasn't able to give my tip top best performances, over time I really appreciated doing it because I like to incorporate family in what I do. Shout out to Mr. Keanu Spornick. He helped me just put it out there like on my business plan, like I like to incorporate family in my career. So my family didn't get to, because I have a lot of elderly people in my family, so they didn't get to get out the car, but they could at least park on the side and see, because it was at a park. And so like I used to do those shows because I wanted my family to just be able to come out and just soak up some sun, get some tacos.
Got you. What has been the biggest show you've done so far, like of your career?
Of my career?
Yeah. And then before you answer that, let's just push the mic back just a little bit, just so you're not bumping it too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to age myself, and the 2 biggest shows that I did in my career were a long time ago. But I sang for a president. A president? Yes, and
of the United States?
Yes, yes, of the United States. And that was a really funny experience because the security guards, he doesn't just have security guards, he's got like the people on the buildings, and they were aiming at me because I was just Secret excited. Services. I was like, hi, oh my God, hi. I was like, and they were all pointing their guns at me. And I was like, look.
Who the hell is it? That's funny, but that's great though. That's great. Not a lot of people can say that they perform for the president, so that's really big. Speaking of performing for the presidents, which one would you want to perform for now in this day and age? You mean like anyone, if you Biden or Obama or Trump. As much as we love to shit on all of the presidents, because all of them deserve it in some way. Everybody talk about all of them because none of them are perfect, right? And that's human in general. Yeah, right? It would be an honor to sing for one. I think that I get canceled if I say one, but if any president that was living, canceled?
Well, it's not that. It's just I don't want to.
Cancel culture isn't real. Don't let
Well,
that.
I would like to sing for Donald Trump because he's getting ready to be president.
Yeah, of course.
So,
of course.
and I like some of the stuff that he has said, and I just think it's really sad that people twist some of his words around
of course.
to make it mean something else. And it just really hurts me when people, he never said something, but everyone's saying really hurtful things.
Of course, and I agree with you 100%. And it's crazy because I'm not from America, right? I'm Belizean. I know, right? I'm Belizean, but I'm out here. I'm good. I got everything that I need to, well, not everything, but I'm DACA. But when I look at Trump, I'm like, this is really a president that a state needs. He's a man of honor. He's a man of his word. He's a really good man, whether they believe it or not. And he want to see his nation win. He want to see his country whole. He want to see his country full. He want to see a strong, independent country. He's not just letting shit slide. He's not just letting things be for what it is. He's really trying to help this country really become a great country, and those with eyes can see that. He's just not being manipulated. He's not being controlled. He's not trying to control people and give you a false narrative. He's keeping it real. And I do believe he's a man of God, and I do believe he's a man of integrity and all that. Straight up. And if I could vote, and I'll keep it real with all my fans, like you said, cancel me or not, I probably would have voted for Donald Trump. And that's 100%.
Well, a lot of people voted for him anyway.
No, and you see that, right? And you see that, you see that, but that's for a reason, because they looking at everything for what it is. They're like, something ain't right about these people over here, and they look at Trump, they like, no, I see what he's doing, I understand what he's doing, and at this point, he's right, we gave this person a chance. They gave Trump a chance too, don't get it twisted. He was president before. Gave it back to the left, and they see what was going on with the country, how it was falling apart, how all this crazy stuff was going down. And they thought about it like, yeah, we need to get this stuff together. And I'm pretty sure that was a lot of people that says like, yeah, no, our country really is falling apart and we need to fix it. Besides that, hey, don't cancel us.
Well, I would I would like to sing at an event with like judges and like a justice of the peace.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would like to use my voice to change. When I say change their heart, I really mean that. I was gonna fix it up to make it sound like something else, but like to change their heart and do the right thing.
Yeah, okay. And then when it comes to your music, when you make music, do you make it for that purpose? Do you make it so you can like maybe change people's life? Or I
do whatever it is that I'm supposed to do. I try not to make songs overly directed at someone or something. I just sing straight from the heart.
Okay.
So sometimes there is like I have a song called Busy. Like can I cuss?
Yeah.
So like your girlfriend's angry because ooh she know you love me. She know you want me and she know you fuck me, right?
Yeah.
Like I was being vague, but I made it sound like I was directing it at somebody, and then what happened is one day it was directed at somebody.
Okay. Understandable. Okay, so and then when it comes to like the singers and rapper like women wise, right nowadays, do you agree with some of these artists like the Glorillaz, like the Sexy Reds? Do you because I know it's so hard for people not to agree with them because then the world is watching and they're like, oh, like you said, cancel culture, so is that ever temptation for you to like you have to support somebody, or like you just keep it real with yourself, like no, I really don't support this type of music?
No and yes. So I'd love to I could say no without explanation, but I prefer to just sometimes supporting an artist. When you're an artist, you wouldn't want anybody to cancel you,
right.
So you support the other artist. The only problem comes when you be supporting an artist and then they turn around and abuse your support. But as an artist, you never know where help is going to come from.
Yeah, true.
I mean, there could be an artist watching you. It's like, really? What was Nick Cannon doing on my life? Like, shout out to Curtis Blow. Shout out to Curtis Blow. I love you. I love you. So like Curtis Blow, he actually supports my content sometimes.
Okay.
He looks at my stories sometimes, and it's really him. I know it's really him because on my birthday, I had a hip hop manager.
Okay.
And I was like, look, because I be liking Curtis Blow stuff, and then I was like, look.
Yeah.
There go Curtis Blow.
Yeah.
And I was just showing off, and he was like, is that picture from 79?
Yeah.
I was like, let me see. Is that picture from 79? Do you know he answered, said yes. And I was the only one he responded to. And I clicked like, I was like, hi, Curtis Blow.
That's so funny. You remind me of a time. It was like a couple years ago, I think, when I commented on Nicki Minaj post, and she liked it. And
Really?
I screenshot it so fast. I was like, Nicki just liked my post.
See?
I swear it's her. It was so funny. Yeah, so understandable. So, you as a music artist, and not only as a music artist, as a female artist, like, do you feel like being a woman artist ever affect your music in any way, or like
it has.
You do?
Business wise, I know somebody wished this on me because I did an interview and somebody asked, "Does being a woman like affected you?" I said, and the thing is, she shouldn't have wished it on me because I said more like if there has been stuff done to me because I'm a woman, I'm unaware of it, and that's still true to this day. But then you start realizing. At some point, you do become aware of some things that happen because you were a woman. Yeah. And it's like, wait a minute.
like what? You think like people take advantage of you, like contract wise?
Sometimes people don't respect what you have to say. Oh, okay. So like when you do work with other people, if you send a man out to say something that you already said and they do it,
they hear it more when
then that's the answer. So I was aware of that anyway, but somebody kind of wished it on me when I said that. She was offended because she was just so pro women power. And I'm like, geez, I didn't know y'all had us on here to try to debate each other, and I wasn't into that.
Okay. No, of course. And then that, honestly, I just feel like that comes with the world that we live in as well, though, you know, because of even till this day, man controls a lot that goes on in this world, this industry, as you can see, even like with the presidential election. I feel like being a man and Kamala being a woman played a big role in everything that happened with Donald Trump winning, you know, even though the world did see, I mean, America is seeing things for what it is. I do feel like because she was a woman, she did not win. You know, how do you feel? Do you feel like that?
You saw the look on my face.
Yeah.
I don't think it was just that.
Yeah, not just that. No,
I don't even think it was the woman thing.
Oh, really? What do you think it was?
I think it was more like rumors.
Rumors?
Or
like what kind of rumors?
I just think
the first time I've heard something like that.
I think there were some things that she said early on that came back later.
Oh, really?
To hurt her campaign.
Well, I mean, like what? Because honestly, the way I was looking at, this is interesting. Because the way I looked at her campaign, I think she did it wrong. I think she got the wrong people. Like, why the hell are you getting, not like that? No disrespect to Beyonce, she was cool to get, but then you start getting artists like what was her name? I think it was Glorilla or Sexy Red. One of these girls that she had, and then she was basically trying to exploit the black community. That's what I feel like, and like all of us aren't that dumb. You know, we're not just going to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, black people that's performing and black people doing this. Yeah, let's go vote for her. No, we really looking at the politics. A lot of us, you know, we look at the politics. We look at what's going on, and we really be like, we really look at it and be like, okay, like, what else are you going to do different? You know, how are you really going to help us? Like, like, you know, like, what are you really going to do for your people? A lot of us out here really struggling. A lot of us out here really need the help. A lot of us out here don't need you to just be parading in our face, showing us government money and showing us these artists. What the hell? You get what I'm saying? So I feel like that played a big role in it, other than her being a woman. I'm not going to lie. I do feel like, because a lot of people that do vote, they don't vote on politics either. They vote for who they actually want to see win.
Yeah,
a lot of them like, we're not going to have a woman running our country.
Honey and cherry sugar on me. I see you in my dreams. You're so sweet, just like in reality. When you connect and understand me, but you don't see me. Still, I wanna say sugar. You're fine when you're sitting next to me.
Glad to have you on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming along.
Yeah.
First of all, we're in Vegas. You flew out here.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about that. Tell us about your flight. Tell us about.
Let's not talk about that flight.
No, I actually want to talk about it. And then,
Okay.
you're not from out here, but you came out here.
Yeah.
So let us know what you're doing out here, and let us know about your single, music, and everything like that you got going on. We want to hear it.
So my latest single is Sugar.
Okay.
Sugar. I did it with the person who made the beat on this song, because I wanted to expand a little. Is a Joshua Newman. I met him at Nexus Audio. He was an up and coming producer.
Okay.
But since Sugar's such a hit,
Yeah.
he's a man now.
Okay. Sounds great, and we can find that on all social media, right?
Yes, it's you can stream it on Spotify. You can purchase it on iTunes. You can purchase it on Amazon or stream it. You can stream or purchase it on Bandcamp. You can listen to it on YouTube. I have a music video out that's on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
It airs on Right Place TV.
Okay.
I submitted to a few television shows, but I can't say, oh, you can watch it on that one, because I don't know. I don't know. Like, I try to check in from time to time, but I don't know.
Okay. So with this new single, Sugar, how far do you plan on taking it? Like, do you want it to reach like the mainstream media, or is it just like a project that?
Well, it's hard to accept that as an independent artist that you probably shouldn't try to get it on these Billboard charts, because they have services available for that. And when you're an artist, you want that one.
Yeah.
Your purse says, let's work our way up to it. Your wallet says, are you crazy? Right. Your credit card says, I don't think so. Your mom says, I can't afford that.
Man, and is that something that you're willing to do though?
Yes.
To like,
if I had it, I'd do it. I'd throw it all in there.
So being an independent artist right now, do you want to continue this independent journey, or like
no?
Okay, so
that was never
that was never the thing.
There was one time I met a man so at some point I had a boyfriend when I was really young. He was being very discouraging to my career.
Okay.
Because he was a hip hop fan. So he hated the fact that I sang pop music, and he was into like hardcore, like he wasn't just into hip hop, he was into like the Ghetto Twins. What's his name? Brother Lynch Hung. He had this hip hop collection, and it was in order by region. So Southern rap, West Coast rap, East Coast rap, like Venezuelan rap.
That's funny. That's interesting. And so he never really supported your.
He would just down everything I did, and that's where I got.
Yeah.
I believed that in being independent was the only way. I wish. Because I was off to a pretty good start, and I had all this training and stuff, so it's not like I didn't know what I was doing, but he just really got inside my mind.
Damn.
I know.
Yeah, that really sucks, especially when your partner don't support the thing that you're doing and the things that you believe in. Instead of trying to build up with you, is only making you worse and bringing you down. That really, really sucks, and it takes a strong-minded person to really support something, especially if he's not doing it and he's not a part of it.
Exactly.
It takes a real strong person to really sit there and be like, I really do believe in you. You're great at what you do. I want to help you. I want to support you in this, even though this is in my lane. I'm probably doing something different, So
he didn't do that.
Yeah. So the best thing you could have did was, and I'm gonna say it just like this, was get rid of him.
Yeah.
Honestly. That's the best thing you could do. You know where you want to be. You know your path. You know your journey. You know what you want out of life.
Yeah.
So
then there was this guy so I decided I was gonna be like the first like underground pop star. In some ways I kind of am, but anyway, because I had a look. I don't want to get into it because it kind of hurts, because there's another history behind it. And then some guy kept saying that I was at the Auto Zone across from Oakland Tech. And he was like, oh, I've seen other kids with this hairstyle before. Where'd you get the... I was like, no, you haven't seen anyone else with this. Yeah. This is my look.
So this is my look. Pretty much crushed your dream.
Well, he made me so angry because he got other people involved with what I was saying. You didn't see nobody with this hairstyle. You thought you saw somebody else. You saw me because I was really popular.
Yeah.
And then I bought my candy bar anyway. And then I turned back. I said, no, I'm the first underground pop star. And then like people at the AutoZone and him start laughing at me.
Damn.
So like I kind of had to finish this journey. Like I had to keep doing it independently. But I never wanted to be an independent. I tell whenever I work with an executive or a professional, I say, I don't want to be an independent artist, but I'm used to being independent too. So even if I were to get signed tomorrow, I mean, I've been doing this for so long. I do everything myself. Even when I have help from, Mr. Donnell or Dr. Wright or Branded to a T or, there's a record company that I work with from time to time. Mr. Spornick, so like I've done it myself for so long. Some things I can't just let go of automatically.
And then speaking of these people that you're working with, how are they affecting your career positively right now? Like how are they helping you build and brand yourself?
Well, Mr. Spornick, he helped me he just put it out there like you can incorporate family in what you do, because I've always done that, but I've been doing it secretly. But he said we could just put that in your material for people who want to book you. That your mom will be with you, or you might have some cousins or your auntie, or or because I always do that. Try to add some music that someone in my family's done before me. Yeah, I'm just like that. But I sneak and do it. Yeah. He's like, well, let's put it in your press material.
Yeah. Okay. And then you've been doing it for a while, you said.
Since I was little.
Since you was little. Does this ever get hard for you at all?
Yes.
Like, do you ever say like, damn, like I really don't want to do this no more? Like, how does it mess with your mental health?
See, when it messes with your mental health because you don't plan. You don't. So I get upset because I was supposed to be rich by now. like when I say rich, it's just comes with a certain age. When you do something for so long, at some point
you would have expected it to happen a while.
Something would have happened, even if it wasn't, because even if it's not like hundreds of thousands of dollars or anything like that. At some point,
but you expect something great.
You should have enough money saved up or enough, because I needed a medical treatment, and it's like there's no way where to get it from. And like even when you collect royalty checks for so long, for most of, because I had been performing since I was little, but most of that, like I had never collected royalty checks. And then I took a class, like my mom paid like hundreds upon hundreds of dollars to put me in like a popular music class. And do you know, they didn't actually show me how to collect my royalties. They kept saying, "Oh, you do it." Like,
that's
no. See, when you
and you pay for that.
Yeah, it's like, well, this is what my mom actually put me in here for. Like, Bessie Smith. That's really great. But let's keep talking about this publishing. People like to skip to way after you've already signed up. But if you talking to a minor, particularly one that has a disability, and it's like, you just get your publishing, and then it's like, no, how do we get it? I'm the only one, like, hey, excuse me, how do we get this publishing?
Because I'm here for a reason.
Like you gotta sign. Well, how do you sign up? There's like, just go to BMI. Like,
that's
crazy. Just go. I said BMI, and guess what? Body mass index came up. That's not how you get your publishing.
That is funny. That's crazy because like you asked earlier, did I go to college for any of this? I didn't go to college for any of this. I went to college for 2 weeks, community college, and it was nothing. Honestly, it was nothing. I was like, I'm not gonna waste my money here because like I said, I'm bleeding, so I had to pay for everything. I couldn't get the grants or anything like that, so I'm not gonna waste my money. Everything that I've known came with years of experience, years of just getting on the computer, like how to do this, how to do that, watching everybody, and really like just doing it. You start off, you mess up at first, you don't do it the way you expected, but you keep doing it, keep learning, listen to YouTube. I listen to a lot of YouTube. There's so many millionaires, great people out there that's just giving you free game, even with BMI, ASCAP. I'm signed with ASCAP, publishing company wise, and I didn't pay nobody to look into it. I literally just looked into it because that's what they do. It's a scam. Everybody, like, even when it comes to promotion, right? You see these fake pages pop up on your Instagram, I can help you promote. And why would I pay you $50, $100, $30, whatever, to do what I literally could do on my own? You know what I'm saying? And get like probably like a better exposure by doing it on my own, just by figuring out how to do it, put my money here, sign up, and like get it done, you know. So like you said, like you was just mentioning just now, a lot of the times people just want to use you for what they can. They want to take your money and don't teach you shit. You know, have you come back again next year, pay again, then they might tell you a little bit more than you went in knowing. But honestly, even with college, if you're not going to be a doctor, I feel like nurse, whatever, something like that, a lawyer, like it's really a waste of time.
Even some lawyers feel like it was a waste of time.
Honestly, you know.
Yeah, I think they give you some sort of tools. They give you something.
Yeah, like a degree.
Yeah, like they give you the paperwork.
That, you know.
But it's also up to the student. If the student doesn't want to do the actual work, because I've met some really terrible doctors, and I've heard that a lot of doctors don't actually study. They pay somebody to do their homework for them.
That's crazy.
And I think I've met some of those doctors.
That's wild.
Yeah.
You know,
so unless this is something you really want to do, and you do want to go to college, at least to try it out. Though I would encourage you, I wouldn't encourage you to half-ass it.
Yeah, for
Just
sure.
don't half-ass it. If this is something that you really want to do, really put your all into it.
Yeah.
You know?
And like I said, I know a couple guys who got their who has their degrees. I know a couple guys who have their degrees, and what are they doing with it? Nothing at all. Literally, they're still where they're at, where they was 5-10 years ago. You would think that they, would have used that degree to a certain extent to get out their situation, to like really get in the music industry and do something with it. But I just graduated, I have a bachelor's and blah blah blah, but you have nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
And that's just like you said. If you're gonna go to college, you're gonna go get the job done and come out and really make something of yourself. Unless if you don't, you're just gonna waste your time, waste your money, and you're gonna throw your life away. And that's 100% fact, I believe. Because like I said, a lot of things that I'm doing now, even the podcast and everything, I didn't go to school for any of this. I had to really figure out how to engineer this stuff, how to set these mics up, how to do this, camera recording, audio recording, all on my own. Where somebody probably would have charged me like thousands of dollars to get this stuff done for me. So that's so important. Not to take too much more time of just talking about that. Now, tell us a little bit more about your music, your single, your album. Do you have anything that you're working on? Are you getting ready to do? I know you want to be signed to a label one day. Let us know the label that you actually want to look into right now.
Should I say it? Well, I submitted to a couple labels.
Yeah.
Recently.
Like which ones?
Well, one of them. Well, a couple of what is it called? EDM. And then I submitted to Red Bull Records.
Red Bull Records?
I tried to submit to...
I did not know they had records. That's crazy.
I tried to submit to... Was it Arista? Yeah, Arista. Was it Atlantic or Arista? Because they both start with an A. But I really... When I submitted, I didn't submit just because they're a record label. I submitted because I looked into the artists.
Okay.
That they have,
yeah,
and so the one that had the artists that I felt were more different and they're kind of on there doing their own thing, I submitted to those, and I actually I sent the head of the A&R department an email.
Really?
Yeah, well, technically you're not supposed to do that, but I decided to do something different this time while I was
Do you think when it comes to these labels, do you think you just have to really stand out to them vocally and just like image wise to really get a part of it, or like do you really have to come with some type of real talent?
No. I don't think it's either of them. I think talent helps. I think it has more so to do with your connections.
Okay. Yeah. That makes a lot of
sense. That's why people go to college and make the connections.
Oh yeah.
That's apparent.
Yeah.
Oh, this is my frat brother.
Really? You think there's a lot of connections in college though?
Yeah.
In college?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people remember each other.
Okay. What about like just doing regular stuff like shows, like no connection there?
I mean, no, I don't. There's no. The only thing you can really like, I'm happy for whatever I get at these shows, but apparently like sometimes I have like fans that do book me for shows, but they're like secret fans.
Oh, okay.
They tell me after, like the show's over. It's like, I really appreciate all of the gigs that I did get. I mostly get booked off of Instagram. That's my most popular platform.
Okay. Yeah.
I understand that most people, like, I don't have 10,000 followers, 20, 30,000 followers. But the ones who do follow me, they mess with me.
Okay.
You know, so and I appreciate that. I met my publicist off Twitter. It's X now.
Okay.
You know, so like, you know, but doing shows and stuff, do the shows because you want to do them. Like, don't expect to make any good connections.
Do you feel like there's something different that you could be doing right now to really put you in a position that you actually want to get in with this music and everything like that? Or like, do you feel like everything you're doing is like on track to get you there?
Sorry to give a blank answer. I don't know. A husband?
A husband?
Yeah, husband. Yeah.
Or do you think a husband could get you where you need to be? Like
make me happier
career
in
wise.
between.
No, career wise. I'm talking about like career wise.
Sometimes having a husband like, in between, like, you know, that'll help.
Yeah,
That helps. You know, just, I mean, because you're gonna get wherever you're gonna get. Like, you know. I mean, if my husband's rich, I mean, that'll help. But I mean, even when it comes to money, you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have the strategy, if you don't have whatever it is that you need, you know, it all works together.
Yeah.
And you know, like when I do work with some of these executives, like it's like they love me so much, but
Oh, wait, where does the butt come from?
hey, look, so I'm not poor or anything like that. I just can't keep up with look.
Do you have a spending problem?
No, I just can't keep up with the Joneses.
Okay, no, understandable. What you said, money. Like, honestly, I feel like that is it. Especially in this industry, if you don't have, and then connection is a big thing. Obviously, the people you know, the people you know is a really, really big thing. But financially, if you cannot support what you're doing financially in this music industry, it's gonna be so hard. Financially, we need money to make this, you know, like stuff like this happen. Financially, you need money to do the shows that you actually really want. When it comes to like even make videos, you need videos.
Exactly.
That cost.
And then even when
studio time, that cost.
And sometimes things cost money than the actual what you spent, because you might purchase something, but then you needed to get this, or you needed to get this. For example, like I have a music video, I needed different formats of the music video in order for it to be played on certain television shows.
Right. That's important.
And now it's too late.
Yeah.
Because we can't read, because the person who edits it can't do it like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
interesting.
So, you know, it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's not just about the money. It's like then you start going over budget. Sometimes things are understandable. You got to keep paying, you know. But, you know, at some point you just gotta quit. Like, you know, just medical stuff happens, and a lot of that money you invest, it doesn't come back the same.
It doesn't.
It really comes back way less than an actual royalty. Like a royalty is like, oh, that was nice, you know.
Yeah. When it comes to like, and then money and everything like that, but even with these artists now, how do you feel when you hear artists that you feel like just isn't good enough? Like, you feel like, do you ever feel like that? Like, damn, like, how is this artist, how did they do it?
You know what? See, once again, connections. And then there was an artist that I used to support that was really terrible. Yeah. And I'll never do that again. Lesson learned. That person blew up so fucking big. That, you know, the second that artist took a voice lesson, that artist had one of the biggest hits in history.
Oh no!
You gotta go.
Go ahead.
So like that was that artist became one of the biggest artists in history, and but their soul ain't in it. You could tell that artist was not there. But I felt sorry for that artist because that artist could not sing, and I would buy this artist's music. I bought all the albums.
Wow.
Oh, this artist will get better one day.
Yeah.
All they need is a voice lesson. I'll never do that again. I'll never support an artist like that ever again, because I feel sorry for you.
You know what's so funny though? Because I always said it too. Like, damn, like, and this is an example for like just listening, like looking at artists like what's his name, Playboy Cardi, right? And I gotta keep it real. Like, in the industry, you have to work with certain people, right? You get in there, say this what separates us from being independent. You get signed to a label, and you have to work with certain people. You have to do certain stuff. And I just listen to some of these guys, and I'm like, there's no way millions of people buying this type of music, this crap that I'm hearing. There's no way this just became a number one hit. There's no way. What are we doing? What is going on in hip hop? What is going on to R&B? What is going on in rap? What's going on? There's no way. It got to be a bigger program. It got to be some, you know, and that's how I look at it. I'm just like, there's no way we are forced to listen to this crap when there's real music artists, singers out there like that, and like people that should have this platform and they don't, and they should have this exposure. But when it comes to stuff like that, what can we do about it? How do we fix that? And how do we even maneuver around that?
You know, I used to ask fans, why did they support it? Like, I just wanted to know. And a lot of them told me, like, because there was some rappers like, oh, you never heard of him? I was like, no. And they was like, he won't be here too long. But I just like, sometimes fans, they support some people that are hot for the moment. They like, just, I guess because it's new. And they can't keep listening to the same stuff.
Yep.
And they move on. You know, because I did ask around. It seems like they do genuinely like them to a degree. They don't actually expect them to have longevity.
That's crazy that they actually don't expect.
Yeah, they don't expect it. I used to go model at a hair school, a beauty school, and I used to just ask them because they were all like around my age. Like there's all like between 18 and 28.
And then do you think that come with age and maturity as well too? Like when you stop listening to like
I
artists
just think
that you
know people who do hair, they keep it fresh, they keep it modern.
Yeah,
you know,
like me going to my barber, we always have the best conversation.
Oh really? Yeah, that too. Yeah, that too. I kind of miss going there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all good. But you know what? I hate to wrap it up.
Yeah, I know.
We're having a good conversation. I know it's a lot more that we could have talked about.
Yeah.
You know, but that's my fault. You know,
it's okay.
Well,
hopefully I can come back.
Yeah. That'd be great. Yeah. That'd be great. Whenever you're out here in Vegas, definitely stop by. We can definitely have a lot more to talk about, obviously, because we do. It's just like this is like an introduction, you know. So thank you for coming by. If there's anything else you want to say, you know, anything else you want to leave out,
I wanted to shout out the artist. Special shout out to Lil Rook.
Hey, shout out to him.
Much love.
Yeah, definitely. And and that's it, guys. You know, thank you for coming by. Eyez, Miss Eyez. Anything you want to leave the audience with, the crowd with?
Get my latest single, Sugar. It's available on all platforms.
There you have it.
Stream it if you can't afford the 99 cents. Just stream it on Spotify. Stream it on YouTube.
And we know you could. So go ahead and cop that 99 cents copy, okay?
Yes.
All right, y'all. Stay blessed. Stay true. Stay genuine. We love you. May revenue on your podcast. And we are out of here.